for three. Yes. Jordan. Open. Chicago with the lead. Court. Batista with the catch. Oh! LeBron James with no regard for human life.
Hand down, man down.
Yeah, I can see how disrespectful he's being right there.
No, I went to Temecula and brought you some dirt.
Yeah, that's a technical.
Mama, there goes that man.
Welcome back to The Bounce. I am Kev. With me, as always, is my dear friend James. We got a couple of special guests here.
Packed house tonight.
Yeah, we got New Brockney in the chat. What's up? We got Nathan B here, and of course our good friend Johnny Bite Size Vikes. James, let's start it off with you, brother. How are you doing?
I'm having a tough week, Kev. The Titans suck as a franchise. We just blew it all up because our owner can't play nice with the head coach. They didn't get along. You know, he attended a retirement ceremony for him. It's his jersey. God forbid he goes and fucking celebrates his career. But other than that, I'm doing about as good as the NBA scoreboards tonight.
A wild day for you then, huh? Yeah,
great.
I feel bad for you, about as bad as a fellow AFC South fan can. What up, Only Mistakes? All eggs in the chat. Nate knows a little something about agony from the football field. But Nate, how are you doing, brother?
Who knows at this point?
If you combine our two franchises, Nate, we still probably hate ourselves.
Nate, what were one of those Cub trades? Huh? I haven't heard about them yet.
Yeah, so Cubs had a pretty good signing. Japanese pitcher, Shoto. I can't ever say the last. It's like Imanaga or something, to a pretty good contract, like a super reasonable contract, and supposedly the dude could have gotten more money elsewhere. But they made a trade today with the Dodgers, actually. The Cubs got Michael Busch, who was one of the former top prospects for the Dodgers, and Yency Almonte, and they gave up, I forget one of the guys, but then they also gave up their number 8 prospect, Jackson Ferris. So pretty good trade all around there, just because, I mean, for the Dodgers, Michael Busch didn't really have a spot to go into that lineup. Then it helps fill a need for the Cubs. So, you know, Cubs are doing some stuff, and they're also still involved with a few other big available free agents, but the Bears can't stop tripping over their own dicks or, you know, doing stupid things. So it's just infuriating. And then, you know, to see, yes, I'm going to be a little on a rant here, but also to see, you know, the fact that Packers fans are all like, we got the future and stuff. And honestly, yes, I'm going to be very biased, but they can all F off. And Jordan Love is not 3
minutes. You're okay. That is great. I love it. And you know what else I love? The Knicks stop is in the building. Good. I thought I was going to have to burn this Brogdon graphic. Keebler, how you doing before we jump in with John here?
Sorry I'm late. I was driving, but I'm here now. So how we all doing today?
Oh, we are
not all at once.
We are good. Nate and James are having a hard time, but good
news is the Knicks are down 12. They're coming back.
Yeah, I have money on us, so
they were getting smoked.
Oh, that actually
since the trade, right?
Weapon
5-0 since the trade, right?
Yep. That'll be 6-0 after tonight, and then we're going on a 17-game win streak for the next 17 games. So,
oh baby,
ooh, man,
that's more wins than the Titans have in like 25 years.
My Pacers hat
7 years ago
is burning just hearing that. But Keebler, before we switch to John, you mentioned some bets. You got anything else that's live? Anything that the folks at home can get in on some action with you?
Well, the Celtics absolutely torched me, so that got me off to a great start. But
Oh no, they're coming back. Nemias Cade is going to bring them back.
outside of that, I have a bunch of player props for the Knicks game, and then one thing I could throw you guys for the
What's up, Yogi?
for the Suns game is Booker 7 assists, KD 25 points, AD 25 points, and LeBron 6 assists.
I like it. Jot it down.
To me.
Nothing crazy, but it'll be probably like plus 250. So
I'm about to get smoked on the FanDuel boost tonight, boys. Jason Tatum is not getting 25.
He is not whatsoever.
Not tonight, huh? Not going to be Tatum's night. Well, we'll keep an eye. Oh, go ahead.
I say if I put Tatum, Porzingis, and Jaylen Brown together, I didn't get it. Didn't get 25.
it makes you feel better. I had Tatum for 25 and Giannis for 25, and Giannis had 24.
Oh, yeah, and he's out. Just a casual plus 38 tonight. Nice job, Giannis.
Oh yeah, he probably won't get much more playing time.
What an
It's a good night. It's a good night in horseshoes, Keebler.
For sure.
Well, speaking of fantasy and keeping score of all kinds of things, we have a game that we are all about to play, and you in the chat, you can play right along with us. So I'm going to hand it over to Johnny Football, Mr. Bite Size Vikes. He's going to break down our trivia game here, and we're about to play a little sports trivia with you all before we dive into our full slate of NBA stuff. So, John, take it away, brother.
Yes, sir. We've got so a trivia game. It's a novel idea for us here, but we're gonna roll it out for you. It's essentially gonna be I'll pose a trivia question to these guys here and you guys in the chat, and I'll set a 5-minute timer right after that. I'll have 5 hints prepared as well that will be given to the panel at 4 minutes, 3 minutes, 2 minutes, 1 minute, and 30 seconds to go on the clock. And then once the timer's up, if no one's gotten it, or even if they have, I'll try to keep a poker face going. But we'll give the answer at the end, talk through it a little bit. A lot of these will be pretty historical. I'm trying to get these guys. I don't want them scoring points, and we will track points for all of our bite-sized team members. And essentially that will go, you can get up to 5 points on a given question or a given week. And it's 5 points if you get the answer with no hints, and descends from there if you need a hint, 4, 3, 2, and so on. Still 1 point if you did it with all 5 hints, but 0, of course, if you don't. So we'll try to keep track of that and have that be a fun thing to come back to. But yeah, should be fun. Might learn a thing or two. It'll be a little nerdy, but we're excited for it.
You can't stump me, man.
Dude, I'm worried. I'm very worried someone is going to get one of these too early, and it's just 4-minute poker face. Or you
don't keep a blackjack face on, because I got fucking smoked the other day.
Yeah, man. Well, yeah. All right, you guys about ready?
Yeah, and don't worry. As soon as you're done, I'll switch us back to this, so you won't have to be, all eyes on you.
It does stress me out. Well, sounds good. Here we go. So the timer will start once I've finished reading the question. I think that's the fairest way to do it. Wilt Chamberlain won the most valuable player as a rookie. Who is the only other player in the history of the NBA to accomplish that? Clock starts now.
Magic Johnson. That's my guess.
I want to go with Rick Barry.
These are very interesting guesses.
Let us know, chat. Fire your answers away in here too. We'll do our best to keep score.
John, can you reread it? My internet went to death.
Oh, yep. No problem. Wilt Chamberlain won the MVP as a rookie. Who is the only other player in the history of the NBA to accomplish this?
Okay.
Bill Russell.
It's not Kareem, right?
Certainly could be.
I mean, I'll go on a limb and guess Kareem.
Okay.
I feel like this has got to be
We're 5 seconds.
not a huge guy.
So you can. So here's the first hint. This player did not make the All-Star team in the following season, despite playing 82 games.
Oh, wow.
I feel like it's got to be somebody old, man.
This is like it's just like a basketball grid or whatever where it's starting to piss me off now. Like, oh, dude, where's B-ball reference? I wanna it's right there. I have it saved. I can just click on it.
Is this including before the merger, or is this all post merger?
This is I'll probably never have anything pre 1960s.
Okay.
I had a fan text in. I have a guess. I have an outside guess.
Okay.
Fan interaction. Wes Unseld.
Fan interaction. Interesting.
Wes, okay.
We are
all right.
Second hint. This player won an NBA Finals MVP in his career.
It makes me want to guess. It makes me want to guess someone like John Havlicek, like along those lines.
The steel by burn.
Full disclosure, I'm not going to probably know what this answer is, but I'm just going to hop on the Wes Unseld train there and just copy someone else.
Okay, hop on.
I just love that we had a text response. I was looking it up the other day, like how do we get call-ins on StreamYard? So I love that we've got text in. Get your answers however you can, folks.
And it's funny because I've done those quizzes where it's like name every MVP ever. So it's like I should know this, but just not striking the dome.
I see, and my thing is I put a guess in at 5, and I don't want to undermine it. Like I'm just gonna let it ride, and I'm either gonna get those 5 points or I'm gonna get the 0 or the 1 point at the very last freaking. I feel like I should order some chicken wings. By the way,
it's no one recent. Like it can't be post 2000.
This player was a 5-time All-Star.
Yeah, Keebler can't be anybody that you know in your lifetime.
That's what
you were born.
That's why Keebler's guess is
not them.
intriguing me.
Like, I have good guesses though for knowing like historical NBA.
I'm awful with historical NBA. I'm glad I have fans.
We have a minute
with fans out there.
Minute 20 on the clock.
I'm riding mine out.
Getting close.
Okay.
Jerry West.
Is anyone else locked in other than James and Nate on Wes Unseld?
Attaboy, Nate.
I'm gonna wait. You got one more clue. Right?
James got one hint. Nate got two.
I got one. Yep.
I'm gonna keep going.
Hint. This player was considered undersized for his position.
Yeah, so it's Wes Unseld because he was like 6'8" at center.
Keebler's locked in on Wes Unseld.
Technically, the season that he won a Finals MVP, my guy was undersized. He was just not playing the right position that year.
Final hint: the franchise for which this player won that MVP and played his entire career has not won 50 games since he retired.
Yeah, and the Wizards fucking suck. So.
God damn it, it's Wes Unseld. God damn it. I'm gonna get a half a point.
You'll get a whole point. You'll
Woo!
get a whole point for locking it in.
Yay!
But so that is 4 points, James, 3 points, Nate, 2 points, Keebler. Or no,
shout out Jeff Chapman calling that one in.
1 point to Keebler and Kev.
Got
all right.
Watching.
I'm doing another question. I need a redemption question because I know
it's one question a week. You'll
That's
have
a wild
study up.
thing.
Nate, what are you saying?
I was going to say, if I didn't copy James, there's no way I would have gotten that until the last one. Because as much as one of you guys has talked about recently about the Wizards not, hitting 50 wins in a season, that's the only reason I would have known.
Yep. Yep,
Look
that
at
was
our
the
guy.
last hint because I randomly put that in a Discord thread the other day that the Wizards haven't won 50 games since
So
1979.
you gotta keep your head on a swivel
was
here
worth
because he's dropping stuff
exactly,
in there. Hints are coming.
Yeah, and then just we could. Wes Unseld's kind of an unheralded. For what he accomplished is pretty unheralded. So we could talk a little bit about him in that rookie MVP season: 13.8 points and 18.2 rebounds a game, playing about 39 minutes a game. He's on record saying he was a hair under 6'6".
He's not
And
tall.
this is a
Well,
guy
he does have a lot lot so
a lot of hair going.
Yeah, big fro.
Yep. But over 18 rebounds as a
rebounds
rookie.
a game.
Yeah, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar said that, for as much taller as he was than Wes Unseld, he couldn't get rebounds over him because he was so adept with just like body positioning. He just was always in the right spot. Had that kind of Rodman to him, where you're just like, how's he getting there? Great box out guy. Improved Washington by 21. They were the Bullets at the time by 21 wins from 1967-68 to 68-69. And then he did eventually win a Finals MVP. That first season, they made the playoffs, 57 wins, swept by Keebler's Knicks. These are the Frazier, Willis
Roomed
Reed.
him out.
Phil Jackson was on that roster.
we haven't won a championship since.
Yeah. Well, the Knicks would go on to win theirs in 75.
73, I think, was our last one.
73. And this is 3 years removed from his last All-Star appearance. He won his Finals MVP in 1978 when 4-3 over Seattle, a team led by Gus Williams, a 24-year-old Dennis Johnson, rookie Jack Sikma,
Jack
Fred
Sikma's Supersonics winner.
This is
so sick.
Yeah, Sikma's rookie year before he went on to 7 straight All-Stars. And that Finals MVP he had, it kind of illustrates some of the intangibles he brought, I think, when you just listen to his box score numbers when he won the Finals MVP. 9.4 a game, 12 boards, 4.4 assists. But just the heart and soul of the team, and a guy, I don't think is talked about quite enough. But that was a fun one. I'm glad it went.
That was good.
Close to the time being up. I was worried you'd get me quicker than that.
Yeah,
Oh, nice! And he just boom.
And goodbye,
drop, dude. I'm out.
He coached after that for the Wizards for 7 years. So after he finished his playing career in 1980, he coached the Wizards from 87 to 94. 202 and 3. He must have accidentally kicked himself out.
Yeah,
I thought you
James's Wi-Fi there for a second.
I thought you Irish goodbye'd us there. So John, he went on to coach. We thought you did. It was actually perfect. He coached from 87 to 94 for the Wizards.
I'm Minnesotan, dude. I don't Irish goodbye.
You're the last person to leave. Can't Irish goodbye if you're the last person to leave.
Yeah, in the doorway having another conversation.
Yeah, say whelp a couple times, slap your knees. Suppose we ought to get going.
I'm real excited when you break out some Fort Wayne Zollner Pistons trivia here down the road.
More fan information. He beat out Willis Reed, Elgin Baylor, and Bill Russell for his MVP award.
Yeah.
Good Lord.
Yep. Knicks only won 47 games that season.
Just like we only have like 47 points in this game right now. I think.
Weirdly enough, yeah, it's true.
They said they're going to win.
It's all connected.
Yeah, the Thunder are almost up by 50.
Here's our fan vote coming in right here, coming in hot.
Minnesota nice is bullshit. It's really Minnesota passive aggressive.
That must be a native. Most outside.
He's lived there. He lived there.
Yeah, man.
He lived in Minneapolis.
Keep that close to the vest.
Huh?
Keep that close to the vest.
Also a mega Packers fan, so do with that information as you will.
Oh.
A lot of NFC North haters in here.
Hey, honestly, though, Jeff, how about fuck the Lions, right? We can just all get on board with that. I don't think we have any Lions fans floating around.
That's my second favorite
I
team,
have no-
but we won't mention it.
Yeah, we
I
can.
have no qualms about the Lions.
I'm a Giants fan, and I've been through enough pain and suffering that way. So
All right.
Of all the teams,
Get
it's
some
the
qualms
Lions.
going.
Jeff, we
They
don't
haven't
even have a
picked-
coach. I can't focus on the draft. We ain't got a coach.
Focus on the draft, boys. We're busy.
We're worried about collaboration in Tennessee Titans land. They got to collab. You got to get along. Mother of fuck.
I'm gonna grab a water bottle real quick. I'll be right back.
Well, hopefully you guys just don't draft a rookie quarterback in the first 2
I
rounds.
mean,
for the
why
third
not?
year in a
Why
row.
not? Why not have a couple of them? Yeah, well, we had a third rounder, second rounder. Might as well add a first rounder to the pick. Like, I'm gonna be.
Oh, there you go.
I hate Tennessee so much.
Colts fans want Ballard to draft Penix in the third round just as a backup plan. They've already given up on Richardson.
That's so sad, bro. Are you kidding
It's
me?
an insurance policy. It'll be fine.
Yeah.
It's-
So
Jesus.
your insurance policy for an injury-riddled quarterback is potentially another injury-riddled quarterback.
Yep.
Well, since when are we anti-riddle here on the bounce? Okay, I'm a big fan of riddles. All right, I like trolls
me
that
this.
protect caves with riddles. I like the Riddler. I like that weird Sphinx thing that you have to solve riddles to go to heaven or whatever. Yeah, I'm all about riddles, man. We'll be fine.
Here's
What?
a riddle. 7 and 10's got a very vocal minority of my fan base. So, you know what, Jeff? I don't even know if I can focus on any football right now. I gotta wait for some news to come out. Oh, Jesus
And Goat is
Christ.
here. Let's
Goat
go.
has made his appearance. So here he is.
Goat.
Fans of every NFC North team here.
Goat, how'd you like biting your nails against Nick Mullins?
Mania. It's mania.
Oh my god, dude, I love it. Fanhood is the best.
Hey,
Oh my
you know, for the record, Lions would need to pull a Packers and dominate for 30 years to even get even with goddamn Bears. So I don't want to hear it.
I can't wait till the Bears don't draft Marvin Harrison Jr. and he becomes all world. And you have Caleb Williams who's crying in the stands with his mom.
Hey, that's a good thing. You want the leader of 80 men to cry in front of everybody else.
Yeah, you want
in his
your locker
mother's
room
arms.
smelling like nail polish remover.
Goat says 7 and 10. Dookie. That's right. That's what I'm saying. How of all the franchises, how is it the Lions that I mean, I get it, you guys, because they're in your division, but of all the teams, I'm not gonna root against. You know, I can't actively root against the Detroit Lions. I'm like, hell yeah.
Well, we got to
go out there and get them, pal.
We got to give them a pass because they've never been. You know, they don't know what to do with themselves right now.
What do I do with my hands? Like, what do I do with them?
They should be greasing telephone poles in Detroit. I don't know what's going to happen if they win this game. They have no idea what's going on right now.
Yeah, it'll be like Thursday night in Philadelphia if they win.
No,
Exactly.
they're gonna toss Little Caesars $5 pizzas all over the place.
Pizza.
Those are not, I'll have you know those are like $7. A $5 pizza.
Inflation is.
Maybe in Detroit.
Yeah, but then if you want extra pepperoni, aka enough pepperoni, it's an extra $1.
And then you get so many pepperonis that there's just a thin layer of grease over the entire thing. You can actually go skating. If we win against the Rams, we got to cover all of our potholes and fix the water in Flint.
Literally, dude.
I'm envisioning that meme of a utopia where it's like the future if the Lions win
have
a Super
water.
Bowl. Oh snap! Well, I do love the football tangent we went on there. I suppose we should probably
I gotta
get
get
back
outta
to
here.
the hoops talk, don't we?
Johnny, good
John,
to see you, buddy.
thank you
boys.
so
I'll,
much.
Next time.
I kind of had 2 going right away, so I'll have one cooked up for next week, and then we'll see how weekly it is. But that was a bunch of fun.
You got 2 cooked up. Let's hear the second one.
Oh, it's not. I mean, it's not done cooking.
It's in the oven still.
It's still a little rare, you know. But no, yeah. I'll
We'll see you, brother.
top of the show works. we'll get back at it. Appreciate you guys. Take it
Bye,
easy.
buddy.
Go Wolves.
Oh yeah, thanks again, John. We can't all well
What
go.
the hell? What
James is probably going to skip Goat's comment here.
I actually, as I agree, like, let's just laugh at the franchises. That's like, hey, our GM traded away our stellar receiver. He drafted nobody, wrecked the roster, but it's Mike Vrabel's fucking fault. See ya.
Yeah, get him out of here.
Yeah, let's kick Titans fans while they're down.
All right, kick me. Come on. I'm open. I'm open for kicking right now because we deserve it. Like, what the? You want to talk about a poverty franchise? It's us. Meanwhile, in NBA universe, and speaking of poverty franchises, the Trailblazers are down 111-54.
Woo! What? Whoa! Way! How? Mercy, right? You just got to call uncle at that point, right?
As much as the NFL script writers got the playoffs right, the NBA did not get tonight right because the Knicks are down 19 at half, the Thunder are up 57, and the Bucks are going to win by 40.
The only good game is going to be the Suns and Lakers, and the Suns are going to win probably.
I don't even think that's going to be there. That game might be close, but I think it's not going to be a real fun game to watch.
Battle of the 500s, 19-18 versus 19-19. Get your popcorn ready.
Who's even playing? You said Lakers, Suns, right? Do we have?
Everyone's fully healthy, I think, in terms of stars.
Ironic, you said poverty franchise right after old boy said go Wolves. Jeff's taking shots. Oh, I love it. All right. Well, tonight isn't offering us a whole lot to talk about, but maybe we'll talk about Suns Lakers here at some point. But unfortunately, we've got just a plethora of injuries to talk about. A bunch of very good point guards. Jeff, I swear to God. We'll start actually, especially since we have a Pistons fan in front of us here. We'll start with Cade Cunningham. I also think so far his is the least significant of what we're talking about. Actually, there's four now. So there's Ja Morant and Marcus Smart, both with Memphis injured. Haliburton is injured, and Cade Cunningham. So the last I saw, guys, on January the 9th, Cade Cunningham is going to be reevaluated in 7 to 10 days. So I don't think there's any major concerns here. This is a team that's already very bad. There's no chance they're going to think about shutting Cade down for the season this early. He'll be fine. Just a bit of a scare. Anybody got any thoughts on Cade Cunningham or the Pistons in general?
Yeah, they might as well not rush. I'm not saying shut him down because it is early. You might as well just not rush him back. I mean, what is he going to do? Take your team from a 3-win team to maybe a 4-win team?
I love that.
It's a big increase,
man. See, Jeff, I'm an Ant Edwards stan as well, despite not being a Wolves fan. I popped when an old head on Twitter said Anthony Edwards looks like he said he's the first person I've seen emulate a certain player's play style, which, as you guys know, I've been preaching that Ant Edwards looks like MJ gospel for a while.
Sorry to cut you off. If Anthony, I have a hot take, and my friends at work don't agree with this. I'll stand 10 toes down on it. If Anthony Edwards and Michael Jordan played in the same Anthony Edwards would be better than Michael Jordan. I just have to say that.
Whoa, illegitimate son. I like the illegitimate son take. Wow, okay. All right.
Throwing darts
I love it, Keeps. Damn.
I just think that Anthony Edwards' skill set is just that much. Like, I don't know how to put it. He's much more skilled, and he plays in a much more skilled era where he has to worry about all 5 people on the court being able to shoot threes, everyone being able to spam dribble, everyone being able to do whatever. And MJ only had to guard people that could barely dribble behind the back.
Yeah, but then Anthony Edwards doesn't have to deal with more physical defense. So
he has to deal with a more skilled defense, though. That's the thing.
Yeah, but then there's no physicality to it, or at least not to the same level of physicality.
Have to worry about getting punched.
That there was. Yeah,
just call a spade here. He didn't get clothesline coming across the middle.
Yeah, there's no Kurt Rambis, Bill Laimbeer clothesline coming.
but my short rant about takes like that, just not, this is nothing against Keeble or anybody thinks that like this, is you got to think about taking those players that you're comparing and putting them in this era. I mean, think about how ridiculous Jordan probably would be in this era. I mean, you can't just
three ball though. That's what this era is all focused on.
But you didn't
I'm
have
just
to shoot it
saying,
back
like-
then, so you didn't have to worry about it. Like it's like if you dropped Ant back then, he wouldn't have shot threes either because they didn't have to shoot it. I think that's kind of what you're saying, right, Nate? Like there's that. It's an apples to oranges comparison.
That's why I personally think you can only do like GOATs like every 10 years or so, because
said era.
It'll just drastically change within, a handful of years.
Mm-hmm.
No, I don't hate that.
I don't hate that argument at all. Big fan.
Ooh, all right. Jeff's got another comment in there. He says, we can talk about the dudes who play in the league all you want with their talent level, but the fucking court was packed and dirty. Dude was a prolific scorer. His scoring with space. Come on.
Agree.
I like that. Well
Got
done,
a Vikings and a Packers fan agreeing with each other here.
The world peace. They
and a Bears fan. They're all agreeing. Careful. If a Lions fan coming.
Oh God, Goat, jump in here and agree real quick, and we'll have all everything will be aligned. That'll be fantastic. No, I think, and it's also Jeff mentioned that he looks like Jordan plays like Wade. I will say that was probably the number one most replied tweet when I saw that. The people who weren't saying Jordan were saying Wade. So I have seen that comparison a lot. Me, Jeff, and Nate Venn diagramming hard. I love it. So I guess, you know what? Because we had a Wizards story earlier, because I'm a Pacers fan, let's do the Haliburton part next, because we'll start with the injury, but we have a special new segment today. We had a courtside correspondent hanging out at the Pacers-Wizards game. So first, guys, I'm going to pull it up. Bear with me.
Did we get to announce who it was, Kev?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It was.
Is it a secret?
Oh, no secret. It was dear old dad went to, see,
Kev's
when I'm in town, we're sitting in the 600 levels.
Can't even see it's up there somewhere.
When Kev goes back home, we get those courtside joints. But no, it was all in good fun. But here, Nate, you got something to say?
Yeah, I was going to say real quick, hey, at least for the Pacers game, we didn't sit in the upper level.
Yeah,
we sat in the nice cushy. Yeah, we sat in the nice cushy, what used to be called the club level.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Nate and I did splurge when we went just last week. So no, that's great. But if you guys were wondering how in the world did Tyrese Haliburton manage to hurt his hamstring, well, I spared you the clip. But I did get the freeze frame. So believe it or not, without intensive and extensive training, the human body is not supposed to do that.
Oh no, Kev. Oh no.
Oh, this
Kev.
take. Oh my God.
No.
I gotta read
it.
The
most bland elite dude of all time. Watching him play is like watching that old man in a rec game cooking. Like, yeah, it's fun, but what the hell are we actually watching?
Ooh, damn. Okay. Well, I have to disagree, of course. In the passing game, I think he's great, but I will admit, he's got an ugly jumper. Like the form it gives me anxiety every time
his form is gross.
But he's a fake wannabe all-star. No, I get that. I love that description of just the old dude at the rec that nobody wants to guard, but he's just got a sick mid-range jumper, and he's
I know who you're talking about. He made me so mad.
So just to compare Haliburton a little bit to a hockey player. So Mark Stone, who's the captain of the Golden Knights, absolutely skates like shit. Like that is his weakest,
Skating,
skill.
Isn't that the thing they do the most?
Yeah, but somehow this dude.
I'm not a hockey guy, so don't take this the wrong way. But
it's great with stick work, but just skates like shit.
Hey, that seems like an oxymoron. Like I think you got to be good. You put me on ice, I'd skate like shit, but I'd be on my ass the whole time.
Isn't that why you play goalie, right?
Oh, I'd be a big time goalie.
You have to skate as much back there.
Oh, my ACL popped.
Oh my goodness. Well, guys, Haliburton is out for not as long as we originally thought. It's only going to be a couple weeks, it looks
Thank
like.
God,
But
because it looked nasty.
It
And
looked
it happened right
terrible.
after the jaw injury, so it was not great.
it was
The
no, not
timing of it was
again.
bad.
Yeah, he got
You're
carried
exactly
off.
correct.
Yeah, he got carried off the
Yeah,
court
he
by his
got Paul
teammates.
Bierstoff.
Right, just like say, like as if he had just shit his pants on national television. Haliburton is Tyler Sickwe. Haliburton is Greg Maddux, and I'm cool with it. I love it. I love Greg Maddux.
Keebler, we got a call out for you. Bite Size Vikes wants to know how you guys are going to get more lefties.
I have no clue, honestly. We have way too many lefties for our own good, which isn't bad, but like, is Brogdon a lefty?
No.
Brogdon's right, correct?
Okay.
When you watch him shoot, you wouldn't sure if he knew what hand was his good hand, but no, he's right-handed.
Yeah.
Yeah, he just kind of.
All I'm hoping for, really, is a backup 5 and Brogdon. That's really it. That's all I want.
Which, I'll pull that up because you called this out.
Yeah, you called that. It came out right after the show last week when I saw that one. I think he'd rather be anywhere than Portland right now.
Yeah. And the thing is, like, he doesn't want to be on a rebuilding team. He wants to be on a contender, and the Knicks are
not young. Yeah.
And the Knicks are the best team in the East. So it's like,
perfect transition into that into that water swig. Well, okay, so I'm gonna flip it back to Haliburton just for a moment, because one of the questions I had for this team was how well are they going to survive without Haliburton, and they had a very easy opportunity to answer that question this week in our courtside correspondence here. They took on the Washington Wizards. There's the official, there are the seats, all right? That's where we were. Not me, of course, but here's some of the tip-off. It was a pretty good game overall. They handled their business, all right? I'm not going to get too excited about the Pacers beating the lowly Wizards. There's the box score.
I couldn't see him. I was like, what's going on here?
Yeah, we got some great action shots. Look at these guys: Naismith, Obi Toppin. They're men of the people. Right? It was so funny, Keebler. My dad sends me that text. He sends me Obi first, and he's like, "I'm not sure who this guy is, but he's really tall." And I was like, "Come on, man, that's Obi Toppin." Put some respect on his name.
That's
so
funny.
Anyway. The team held together. McConnell getting the start in his place. A lot of fantasy basketball players have said, go grab you McConnell while Haliburton is out. Keep an eye on Andrew Nembhard as well. I think he's a guy, he's been dealing with his own injuries, but he's a guy who could get some more minutes here with Haliburton out. But no, they took care of it. So I'm going to ask you guys, since I'm the biased fan, I'm the Pacers stan here. We'll start with you, James. What is a realistic expectation for the Pacers? What is Tyrese Haliburton going to be coming back to?
Man, if they could stay 500, I think they'd be in good shape. I want to pull up their next game, because that kind of matters too. Because
they play
the Wizards,
they go at the Hawks, at Denver, at Utah.
No.
I mean, it's a 6-game road trip, all basically out west minus Atlanta.
A west swing. Full schedule, please. Could beat the Hawks, not beating Denver. Jazz is a possibility.
Jazz.
I like 500. Yeah. Here we go. There we go. Let's get this officially. Tomorrow at Atlanta, Sunday at Denver, Monday at Utah, Thursday at Sacramento, Friday at Portland, Sunday at Phoenix. Yeah, so you got a 7-game, 6-game Western road swing. If they could be 500, I think they should be really happy. Sacramento, they're not beaten. They're not beating Denver. Utah's going to be tough. Phoenix is tough. Portland's the only one where you're like, that's a gimme.
You could have made the title Haliburton.
Oh, look at that!
Go for it.
Dang,
go for it.
That's real good. We're changing that right now. Keebler, what are your thoughts? You agree with James's take there?
I mean, I feel like what their backup point guards have shown, they're not going to have like a huge drop off. Obviously, you're losing like a big facilitator guy, but you have two backup point guards who have been good in stepping up when they've been needed. So I feel like they're obviously not going to beat the big teams like the Nuggets or whatever, but I feel like they can against the Trailblazers, the Jazz, and things like that. So they'll be lucky to come out like 500, maybe just above, but we'll see at the end. I'm not aware of their record right now. Do you know what it is currently?
It is currently 22-15.
And so they have a 6-game road trip. So yeah, they'll be right around like 500-ish.
If they could come out 24-19, I think they should be real happy.
Yeah, I love Jeff's take.
They're on the same wavelength.
He's going to come back to a new offense with defensive schemes they've never run. Big brain Carlisle scheming things up to survive. That's funny, and there's definitely some truth to that. Nate, what do you think?
I think they could easily go 3-3 on this West Coast swing plus Atlanta here. I think they could take it to Sacramento personally. I mean, I know James doesn't
BBC.
phrasing.
Careful with those phrasing jokes. I got blocked by WWE General Manager Adam Pearce for making a phrasing joke on Twitter today. Careful.
I can't wait till I have a stream deck so I can hit the button and it's just Archer popping up. Phrasing.
Are we not doing phrasing anymore? Forgive me. I'm such a heathen. Sorry. Go ahead. Phrasing aside, they're going to stroke the Kings, you said.
Yeah, I think they could take it to the Kings. I mean, when we were at the Hawks game, I mean, it wasn't like necessarily one person just, all out dominating there. So I feel pretty comfortable that, all the pieces can fit together and move on with some W's, even without Haliburton.
Haliburton. Yeah, well, I like your optimism. I'm more of the 500 club as well. I think the team will be lucky to still be in a decent spot. Phrasing, yes.
Best I can do right now.
I love it. So there we go. I appreciate you guys. Now, this next one will probably be a little bit easier to break down because we not only have Morant, who will be out for the season, but we also have Marcus Smart with a right ring finger injury who will be sidelined for approximately 6 weeks. So it's tank time, right, fellas? That's what we heard.
Tankapalooza.
There's no one to tank for, though.
Dude, that is
here for it.
Yep. That's been some feedback we've heard too throughout the season. Like there's not last year's draft class that we're looking at this year. So it's not a great year to tank.
And everyone thought the Ant Edwards LaMelo year was a bad year, but I think this one is arguably worse in terms of prospects coming out, at least.
Oh, this one goes full screen when I do it this way. Yeah. So Morant's season-ending shoulder surgery.
Hold up the Cade. I could see you. Were still good.
You guys were still good. I'm still working on the formatting sometimes, but yeah. So the Grizzlies, just anything that they can pull out from this season. Jeff's coming in with the zingers today. I love this.
Yep.
Let's say the kickback knocked his shoulder out.
Popped his labrum.
Yeah, you got to be careful, man. You should always go to the range with a pro the first time.
Just a completely blown season for the Grizzlies when you factor in this 25 games and now this. It's an absolute shit show. Just wasted season.
I think for the next episode, maybe I'll comb through that roster and see if they have any assets that other teams might be interested in.
Jacob Laravia, former Indiana State player.
Hey, shout out. There you go.
Maybe he'll get some playing time now.
He's been playing.
He's been playing.
He's been playing down low.
I love that. Hey, before I move to a serious topic, I think we still have John in the comments, and he put this in our Discord. By the way, you can join our Discord. The link in the comments. He said something along the lines of, "This right here is why NBA 2K is insane." And I miss the my team. I think it was my team specifically.
Yeah, that's so good. Adam Morrison was always on my 2K team. Let's not talk shit on my dog.
Adam Morrison, I love him. One of my most read articles of all time when I was with Last Word on Sports was a bust article about Adam Morrison. So shouts out to you, big dog. I love this part about 2K where you can have like the cracked or glitch. There was a card that came out. It's like a 99 overall Dwight Howard that can hit threes. It's so stupid.
Yeah, Shaq last year.
Yeah, I love it and I hate it. It's both my favorite and least favorite part of 2K somehow simultaneously. Are any of you guys big My Team guys?
I'm a huge My Team guy. I was playing it earlier today.
Nice.
I haven't played 2K in years. Used to play it all the time, but I suck at
it. Keebler, what's your some of your favorite guys you've got on your roster?
Right now, I mean, my Diamond Jalen Brunson's like my baby. My Diamond JR is my second child. So
JR Swish, baby, right?
2 beloved Knicks. And then I got Dirk, Diamond Dirk. Those are like my 3 guys right now.
Okay. I like it. See, I tapped out. My whole thing is if I could bring my cards from last year's game into next year's game,
transfer them,
I would do it. But the idea of having to restart my collection from scratch every time really turned me off. And so now I'm like John here, Bite Size Vikes. Really, all I do is franchises, and they're either rebuilds, mainly they're expansions. Honestly, all I do is just recreate the Seattle Supersonics. That's all I do on 2K anymore is bring them back to glory. So, Nate, you've ever been a 2K guy?
No, not really. I suck at basketball games generally. As you oh Jesus.
What does this say? Oh my god.
I'd rather cut up $60, eat it, and baby bird it to James than give 2K more of my money for the same fucking microtransaction game.
Not wrong.
Yeah, right.
Wrong, man.
Tip of the cap. I usually wait a couple of years. When I'm gonna upgrade games is when they force me to, because they turn off the online servers, and then I buy it for like $20.
Yeah, I will stand by. Sports games got ruined in 2005 or 6 when the NFL gave EA the exclusive license, and they killed 2K5, the NFL game that was catching it and actually making EA make good games. And ever since, across the board, sports games have fucking sucked.
100% retweet that.
And Keebler probably has no idea what I'm talking about, even though he's not there, because he was probably in diapers back then, so he doesn't understand how cool it was when 2K came out and started pushing EA to make an actual video game.
He missed out on the glory days. But you know who won't be missing out on any glory days, at least not for money reasons, is the currently healthy Kawhi Leonard, who has inked a new 3-year, $152 million contract extension with the LA Clippers. James, your thoughts on this?
Hi. Oof. I mean, I think from the Clippers perspective, you had to do it. Like, we've talked about this before, how this era has been devastated by injuries and could have been coming to an end. I love Kawhi when he's healthy, but that's been, it doesn't happen very often. So that's a lot of money. Good for him. It's kind of like the Clippers had to do it no matter what. And I hope it goes well. I hope he plays. I want him to be healthy. I'm sick and tired of the injury gods this year between football and now the NBA. They switched sports on us. Good for him. I hope to God he stays healthy. If he stays healthy, it's worth it.
Yeah, agreed. That's the big thing. And right there, massive, fully guaranteed long-term commitment. So, Nate, we'll ask you next. What are your thoughts on this re-signing of Kawhi with the Clippers?
I mean, good for them, I guess. I don't know. I mean, I don't really have a strong opinion about it. I mean, I don't think the Clippers are going to go anywhere, but good for them because aren't they still trying to get out to Inglewood? Isn't that arena being built? They need to put some butts in those seats when that comes.
Trying to get out of Big Brother's shadow. No, that's fair. Hey, fair enough too. To some degree, they haven't really accomplished much with this grouping. So now most of that, if not all of it, has been due to injuries. But yeah, it's a lot of money to spend on a fully guaranteed contract for a guy who I don't think has played one full season for you. Maybe even if you added up all the games, I don't know if it would crack. It's probably over 82 games as a Clipper at this point by now.
Right now.
But while he looks at that, Keebler, what are your thoughts on this re-signing with the Clippers?
I like it a lot. He's been playing like an all-star starter this year. The Kawhi we know. He's only missed 3 games this year, and we're already around the midway point of the season. So fingers crossed that he can stay healthy. But I think if you're still trying to keep your pieces together and build, I mean, you have your cornerstone guy. So I don't know. I feel like trading Paul George would probably be a good idea, but in terms of the Kawhi signing, I feel like it's good to keep your main guy. The main reason that you guys just won so many straight games.
Yeah, he's played 33 this year, so he's played a bunch.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, on the court, like you said, the health is the biggest concern for me. I can't argue with what the man has done on the court and say that he's not a player that deserves that kind of extension. So now, speaking of extensions and contract work, Mr. Eric Spoelstra, 2-time NBA champion and top 20 in coaching wins, signing a new contract extension that will make him one of the top paid head coaches. Now, one of the first things I have seen. So it's kind of a 2-part question as I take it to you guys. One will be, what are your thoughts on Spoelstra being one of the highest paid coaches? And the second will be, I've heard that this now means that when Steve Kerr is due for his extension, that he's going to get a bag. We'll go boomerang order this time. We'll start with you, Keebler. What are your thoughts on Spoelstra and Kerr?
I want to add.
Oh, yeah, go ahead, James.
I want to add a part 3. I want your comments on how awesome the Miami Heat organization is because they gave him this contract extension 7 days after his divorce finalized. So let's talk about that as well.
That's exactly where I was going to introduce it with that. I think that was awesome.
Sorry to take your thunder.
No, it's fine.
Talk about a franchise that's got your back.
He gets his full contract. He doesn't have to worry about only getting 60 of that. No, I like it a lot. The Heat have shown that they're a culture, and it's mainly because of the coach. He's been around through like everything. So I think that with their recent success with a roster that no one sees as being a championship caliber roster, getting all the way there, I think that it's very well deserved. Steve Kerr does not deserve that kind of money. I'll just say that. I think we're finally seeing the Warriors' downfall. And there was a news report that everyone besides Curry is going to be available for trade at the trade deadline. So we're going to see how good of a coach Steve Kerr is if they make a massive roster change. Is he worth 8 years, 120? Absolutely not. I think that he was carried by his players' talent these years. So he should be getting less than what Spo's got. But, yeah, I'm super happy for Spo. Definitely.
Love that take. Nate, let's kick it to you next. You got anything to add there?
I mean, I think the contract is probably well deserved. Just, let's go back. Now, Keebler is too young for this, but let's, go back to – sorry, man. I had to get my one shot in there, too.
No, you're good. Don't worry about it.
Let's go back to when he came about. I mean, did anybody think that this is what his career was going to be?
Remember how much they wanted him out? Like,
say LeBron James didn't.
Get rid of him. Yeah.
Didn't he start as a video director?
Yeah, he started by taking DVDs. If you ever heard of those, Keebs, I don't know if you have or not.
I have heard of those, thankfully.
And taking them to FedEx planes at the Miami airport to send them off to wherever, like if a FedEx plane was going to Dallas and they were playing Dallas, he would take it and give it to the UPS. I think it was I think FedEx guys would give it to the pilots to take, and then somebody
Yeah,
would
well,
grab it.
he when he was driving over there too, he was putting cassettes in his cassette deck in his car too.
That's how he got his real start, like down in the dungeons of their old arena. Yeah, it's wild.
Oh, that is great. Hey, as a former video manager for the Toledo Rockets, I love hearing that story. You know, some of us never leave the film room. You know,
hope for us yet, Kev. There's hope for us yet.
James, what is before I give my thoughts on this? What are your thoughts on the big three here when it comes to these topics?
If I could like Keebler's comments, I just like all three of them. Boop boop boop. 3. He's right. Correct. Spo deserves it. He's earned it. Fuck yeah, Pat Riley in the Miami Heat for waiting until a divorce happened, and agree with him that Kerr does not deserve as much. Not saying Kerr's not a good coach, but Kerr's players have been quite a bit better.
Tom Thibodeau deserves an extension because we're only down 6 right now.
Ooh, there you go. Yeah, and I will add just my thoughts on the Spoelstra thing. A lot of it is retweeting. I want to just point out a couple things. Yeah. Spoelstra and Kerr, that's not only apples and oranges. Those are two completely opposite situations. Like Keebler said, Kerr was handed the keys to a pretty damn nice car, whereas Spoelstra has multiple times taken teams that we've all felt overperformed for the talent that was on the court. In my humble opinion, Steve Kerr should be sending very nice Christmas presents to Mark Jackson every single year, because Mark Jackson was the one who did the heavy lifting to get Steph Curry and Klay Thompson to be the guys that they were. Remember, I mean, I think Steve Kerr's best play was drawn up by Mark Jackson. I think the best play they ran, he didn't even come up with. So, yeah, complete agreement.
It's a thieves game.
Well, that is definitely true. But no, Steve Kerr, I mean, he will be. I would love to see him coach anywhere other than Golden State, and just to see what happens, because I'd love to be proven wrong about this. I don't hate Steve Kerr.
It'll be a Monty Williams situation where his team goes fucking 3-82. Like,
oh man! Speaking of guys that got the bag,
I agree.
Well,
I
enjoy
agree
Detroit
with all of that, and it's very sad for our friends in Detroit. That is for sure. Let's see. We've got a couple of trade rumors that have popped up here, guys. So the first one I will throw up is a potential. Oh wait, Nate, what do you got?
Are there any Miles Turner trade rumors?
No.
Oh, there will be.
There can always be. Post your favorite Lakers Twitter trade rumor in the comments.
Time is a flat circle. It's coming back.
It's always
that is a really good jersey swap. I just want to say that.
Right? God, they're getting so sophisticated now. Oh, that looks just like.
I mean, am I crazy to think how does this make sense for anyone? Like, honestly, like, to me, like, how does this make sense?
I mean, I would like to see it because you put a veteran established guard who averaged a triple-double when he was in San Antonio next, or like very close to a triple-double, next to Wemby, and someone who will actually, pass him the ball. I don't know. I would like to see it. As much as I would like DeJounte on the Knicks, and as much as he's been rumored to the Knicks, I think putting him back in San Antonio to run his own team with Victor would be a pretty good idea. And if they could do it for less assets than they got for him, then that would be even better.
It would be the ultimate fleece, wouldn't it? Yeah. It's well, James, we'll get your thoughts before. I've got some thoughts on this too, but what do you think about this?
What was the reason they traded him in the first place? Does anybody remember? Was there a reason?
I think just because they were about to hit a rebuild and they wanted to get the contract off or something.
Yeah,
something like that.
Maybe, yes. I don't. It's time is a flat circle. That's all I can say. Like, I think he'd be awesome in San Antonio, but they had him.
Yeah, you had him.
If they had him, they probably wouldn't have got Wemby. But I mean, it's proven that the Dejounte Murray-Trae Young pairing just is not going to work.
Yeah, and I will just say this. Nate and I saw it live in that Pacers-Hawks game. DeJounte Murray was the only person in a Hawks uniform who looked like he knew what the sport of basketball was. It was bad. I felt very bad for him out there. But I do think that also it will be a different DeJounte Murray that comes back. Because if you remember, and this is a minor thing, but during the summer leagues, I believe his first year before going to Atlanta, he was playing in one of those summer leagues, and he was like, I remember he hit a busboy in the head with a basketball. Like he was just doing some real rude things on the court. Kind of seemed like, I don't know. It didn't seem like he was a very happy dude. Like when you're a pro athlete to that level, what are you flexing on a busboy for? You know, like you don't need to be doing all that.
Mhm.
I think the guy that comes back will have a very different perspective. He's been in a horrible situation in Atlanta, and he may have a new lease on life coming back to San Antonio. So I will agree with you on this part, Nate. I don't see how it would work if I'm the Hawks, I'm trading him to anywhere but San Antonio, because I feel like you're going to get fleeced, because there's no way what are they going to do? Give you back all the same assets you had? We'll just wipe the slate clean. No, I'd be trying to look to move him somewhere else where I could maybe feel like I can win that trade. I don't see how they win a trade with the Spurs.
His last season in San Antonio, he averaged 21.1, 8.3, and 9.2 in 60.
I'm looking at that too. It's so good. His stats that last year in San Antonio are so good. The only thing that's gotten better since he went to Atlanta is he's shooting 7% better from three on more attempts per game. And his free throw percentage got a little bit better. Otherwise, like his stats have gone down. Scoring not, but the rest of his stats just.
That's what happens when you play with Trae Young.
Yeah.
Ain't that the truth? Ain't that the truth? Oh, wait, that was Cade. We already talked about Cade. I think that gets us everybody here, guys. So let me see. Oh, yeah, the only I wanted to ask you guys if you had seen any ridiculous trade rumors. I've seen some fun things with Siakam. What was it? These Laker ones cracked me up.
What's the Siakam stuff?
Share that one.
Siakam's been very linked to the Kings, which I don't know how that would work next to Sabonis.
Agreed. Yeah, I don't understand that. We talked about that one with Siakam coming to Indiana. Like it didn't. Sabonis and another big isn't going to work. That's why he's in Sacramento, because Sabonis next to another big didn't work in Indiana. And now there's no particular egregious Siakam ones. I've just seen a lot of Siakam ones, but anything with the Lakers, I think it was like they'll be interested in making a deal with the Lakers, but Austin Reeves has to be included. And for some reason, like Austin Reeves is like the Ark of the Covenant for all of these teams that want to make trades with the Lakers. So for any of you guys, is Austin Reeves untouchable? Because it seems like the Lakers are getting hung up on Austin Reeves with a lot of these trades.
They put him back on the bench. He shouldn't be a bench player should never be untouchable.
Okay, guys, I'm going to say a name. Is this not Jalen Horton Tucker all over again?
Yeah,
that's what it feels like to me.
Maybe.
Like, oh, this guy, he's had a couple of big games off our bench. He's the future of the Lakers. He's untouchable. And then by the time they realize that he's not that great of an asset, no one's going to want him. They won't be able to get, but there was a time where everybody wanted to trade for Horton Tucker. And the Lakers like, no, man, we're not going to do that. And it just feels kind of similarly. But I just can't help but laugh that the Lakers somehow manage. That's what happens when you're the biggest brand in the sport, I guess, is people create just the dumbest trade offers.
So everybody wants to play there. Everybody wants to
here's a dumb trade offer I just saw. Andrew Wiggins for Miles Turner straight up.
Oh, I'm not even going to justify that with a response.
Just give him Miles, bro. Just trade him, man. No, you don't want him.
Miles. God, yeah, Wiggins is another one I've seen. Actually, come to think of it, I think it was DeJounte Murray, because he's also been rumored to the Lakers, and it was the Hawks would only be interested in talking to the Lakers if Austin Reeves were part of the deal. And if I'm the Lakers, I'm like, dude, take him right now. Take him. You want D'Angelo too? What else you want?
Nobody wants D'Angelo.
But that's the thing, like, and that's where we get like
D'Angelo to the Bulls would be nice. I would like that a lot.
I would love if he is able to have a renaissance in Chicago and kind of finish Lonzo Ball's story that we never got, because I really think he was onto something there. I do feel, I mean, as much as
there's a lefty for you. He could go to the Knicks. Lefty brigade.
No, stay away from my team, please.
Dude, I think whatever he's got in his knees might be
draft
contagious.
Michael Penix Jr.
Hey.
too.
I've got another one for Kevin here.
Oh God.
It's a 3-team trade.
John's on it right there.
Raptors get Gabe Vincent, Taurean Prince, Jalen Hood-Schifino, Jackson Hayes, Maxwell Lewis, 3 first-round picks, 2 from the Pacers, 1 from the Lakers, second-round pick from the Lakers. Pacers get Siakam, Cam Reddish, and Rui Hachimura. And then the Lakers get Miles Turner, Buddy Hield, and Jordan Nwora.
And Buddy Hield. Yeah. Right. And Jordan Nwora. Yeah, just a throw in. Just a casual throw in of
he
Jordan
cooked us
Nwora.
when he was in Louisville. He cooked us. Oh, that boy kicked our ass.
I'm disgusted by that. That's us small market fans, we have to deal with this forever. Even as Haliburton is coming up, and he's got more all-star votes than Steph Curry, and even then it's still like, oh yeah, but it's a Midwest team, so naturally they're going to trade their good players to us for our rotation guys. I love those who says no trades, like, oh, we'll trade you Buddy Hield for a second rounder. Like, get out of here, man.
And I didn't see like actual trade offers, but I've seen a couple people say that the Pacers are interested in Wiggins, but also Kuminga.
Kuminga, yes. I will say at least this: all of Pacers Twitter wants Kuminga. They want that bucket.
They're not going to give him up for just nothing, though.
No, yeah, and I that's the question. What would the Warriors need that the Pacers would offer that would bring Kuminga in return? Now, a lot, so most Pacers fans just want us to trade Bruce Brown.
Kuminga's 21 still. Like, don't forget that.
Kuminga's the perfect candidate for this is what the Pacers do. They trade you for a young project player that you took a chance on that really doesn't fit with your rotation. It's time and time again, like going all the way back to freaking like Jermaine O'Neal. They've had a knack for finding these guys, whether it be middle of the draft guys or, like I said, picking guys up in a trade. That Karis LeVert deal was so sweet for them, and then they were able to get off of it, get him over to Cleveland. They find a way to win these trades. Nwora, who we were just talking about, Aaron Naismith, who's been balling out. I remember Celtics fans mocking Pacers for getting fleeced in the Malcolm Brogdon deal, and so yeah, Kuminga's a perfect candidate for what the Pacers normally do. It's just I don't know who they give up. They are wisely saying, hey, Jarris Walker is not off limits. He's not because that's the one thing. Siakam, I think, won't happen because they want Walker in return. And it's just one of those things. No, you're just gonna stick with Walker. And I personally don't mind that because I've already said I just don't think Siakam fits what the Pacers want to do anyway. Anything else? Any other trade rumors or just anything else around the league you guys want to talk about? We've eclipsed the hour, so we're in overtime now. We're just playing a little bonus ball, but I don't want to keep you guys all night. So
I've seen like AJ Griffin to the Knicks, but like he's just like a bigger risk Quentin Grimes. So it just doesn't make sense for what we need. In terms of like other teams, I don't think I've really seen too much. I saw Wiggins to someone. Maybe it was the Raptors in exchange for Siakam. Not straight up by any means, but it was something along those lines, which I wouldn't mind. I mean, Wiggins Canadian. I mean, it worked for RJ. RJ's been balling out there, so.
Wiggins is going to be a nice piece. If Wiggins lands somewhere, I feel like he's going to be a nice addition wherever he goes. Nate, you were saying something?
What about I just saw this one. Warriors get Siakam, Raptors trade 2026 first rounder, Kuminga and Paul.
Chris Paul.
Yeah.
I mean, if he's on an
salary
expiring-
dump Chris Paul. Here we are.
If he's on an expiring contract, I wouldn't hate that for them.
He is, yep.
I just don't know if the Raptors really have any pull in free agency.
That's the bit. Are there enough Canadians out there? Because I do think at some point they could go for like a dream team thing where they're like, hey, we've got 8 different Team Canada guys that are all free agents. Could they pull like a banana boat situation like LeBron and Bosch did back in the day where we get a bunch of Canadians go together in Toronto? Otherwise I agree with you, Keebler. I don't see just general stars wanting to sign there unless they're huge Drake fans, but I can't imagine someone wanting to spend time with that guy. So yeah, I don't know. I don't hate the trade. I'm having a hard time getting over the fact that Chris Paul would be a salary dump in that situation. Like,
Yeah, man.
oh, how the mighty have fallen.
Here's another one I've seen. It's a 3-way trade. Hawks get Talon Horton Tucker, Jalen Hood Shafino, a 2025 first rounder from the Jazz, a 2029 first rounder from the Lakers. Jazz get Austin Reeves, and Lakers get DeJounte Murray.
Not terrible.
That one, there's a lot of moving parts there, but that's not terrible.
Yep.
I don't know. I'm seeing the one thing that I'm seeing is that the Cavs are probably going to end up trading Donovan Mitchell at the trade deadline. If that's to the Heat, I'll be really upset. If it's to the Knicks, I'll be insanely
Good
happy.
players are only allowed to go to New York, or Keebler is mad.
Yeah.
Give him Giannis. Give him Donovan
Give me
Mitchell.
Giannis. Give me Dame. Give me Brunson.
Dame.
So I have one more Pacers Raptors trade here just to share, and then I'll shut up so I'm not bogarting the whole thing here.
Pacers shit.
I wore the right hat for today.
Raptors get Rashawn Holmes, Maxi Keebler, Jarris Walker, a 2025 and a 2029 first round pick from the Pacers, 2026 first rounder from the Mavericks. Pacers get Siakam, and then Mavericks get Buddy Hield and Jalen Smith.
There's a lot. The Pacers have a whole new team after that, don't they? Didn't they just trade half their roster with that one?
Jeff,
Well, they only dumped 3 players in that trade.
Oh, it was only 3. Okay.
You mean the best guard in the East? Just want to put that out there.
Hey, I heard he's too small.
Clarify what he's saying. Yeah.
He's too small to be an A1 guy. That's what one of the smallest basketball players to ever live told me.
All respect to Kev, but Brunson's better than Haliburton. Brunson's better than Trey. Brunson's better than Dame this year.
Dame this year, I'll agree with, but other than that,
The Knicks are not interested in involving Mitchell Robinson and Karl Anthony Towns trade. Oh yeah, Mitchell Robinson's becoming a piece to trade now with the surgence of Isaiah Hartenstein.
What a headline! Knicks are not interested in involving Mitchell Robinson in a Karl Anthony Towns trade. All right,
I don't want Karl Anthony Towns. He makes like $67 million in like 2029 or something along those lines.
Oh man, it's a slow day in the news world where you got to write about the rumors that aren't happening, right? Because your dealer has that good shit. Oh my god, I love the shit talk. What were you saying, Nate?
How about this is not a Pacers one.
Let's go. Okay, let's go.
I found this
on
Twitter
a rabbit hole that he's never coming out of. You don't hear from him in the next week. We got to go check on him. I'll drive up to Indy to get him.
I found this Twitter account
shaking Pacers Raptors.
It's a bad
I found
trade.
this Twitter account is just NBA mock trade. So I've been scrolling through it while I've been talking here, and I'm like, Man, I'm like going in way too deep right now.
Jeff's
But
right.
this one
Jeff's
is
right. He's in too deep. You're in too deep. You can't go that deep.
We're gonna have to do a whole bonus bounce. It's just me and Nate in the trade machine for an hour.
Don't encourage this kind of behavior.
Heat get Donovan Mitchell, Jordan Clarkson, Alec Burks. Jazz get Tyler Hero, Kyle Lowry. Pistons get John Collins and Nikola Jovic. Cavs get Bojan Bogdanovic, Talen Horton Tucker, Jamie Jaquez, and 3 unprotected first-round picks.
That's
Pablo Escobar.
That's so much. Like it's hard to even comprehend it, let alone break it down when there's that many names.
The Heat can't give up Pablo Escobar.
But I'm just gonna say no to that. I heard a few different names that I'm like, there people aren't gonna trade. I don't know if I heard Bojan or Bogdan, but one of those Bogdanoviches isn't getting traded either. We've been over this. Some noise of Doug McDermott. Doug McBuckets. Yeah, Doug McBuckets to the Wolves, baby. God, talk about an NBA 2K maestro. All right. I have rebuilt quite a few franchises on the backs of Doug McDermott.
I saw that man live. Cooked us.
You know what surprised me though when we were at the game last week? I thought Bogdan Bogdanovic was taller, and he seems pretty short, to be honest with you.
He's what, like 6'4"?
He's just playing small. No, I thought he was a little bit taller. Yeah, I always thought he was about like a 6'7" guy, but yeah, maybe apparently not.
Maybe the extra few inches might have helped him shoot, better than like 1 for like 12 from 3.
Dude, nobody could hit anything back then. Yeesh. Oh yeah, because it was Bojan. Yeah, we watched the Hawks. We were talking about little brother. I believe the younger Bogdanovich definitely is shorter. Nobody.
Brothers?
I don't actually know.
It'd be really weird if they were.
My computer's about to die, and I do not know where my charger is, so I unfortunately have to head out.
Thief. See you next stop.
If you guys want to find me, right here on Twitter.
At the next stop. We appreciate you, brother. We won't be too far behind you. Thanks for. We'll see you next week, man. Appreciate you.
Peace out, boys.
Vikes is right. Later, buddy.
That'll
European version of John Johnson.
John Johnson, yeah, absolutely. Well, hey, I mean that might be a good time.
3 remained
for our "Where Can We Find You" segment. But I'll ask you. Well, before I go back to Nate because he's had the mic for a while. James, you got anything? You got any other topics before we see if Nate's got a finale in the trade machine?
I want to go all the way back to a John topic that snuck through the cracks. Thunder won tonight by 62. It's the 5th largest margin of victory in NBA history. And we thought the Bucks getting smoked was bad. It got worse. Let me get a next update here on the score. Let's see. Now, come on, little computer. Come on, buddy. Come on.
We can do it.
Knicks are down 15 with 10 minutes left in the game. Suns up 11 and the second on the Lakers. So not a great night so far.
Wow. Yeah. 139-77. Holy shit is right. Yeah. Thank you. Shout out to the NBA for not having one close game tonight. It allowed us to just have a lot of fun talking about trivia and horrible trade rumors and even worse injuries. We're coming, boys. Let's go. All right, Nate. Before, I will say, if you have any more, feel free. It's time for our favorite segment. Where can we find you? But if you have another trade, fire away, brother.
Wow.
I'll save them for another time.
Next time Nate comes on the show, there's gonna be a ticker on the back up above that wall, and it's just gonna be hypothetical trades going by. He's just gonna be sitting there all day.
Hey, listen, I'm not kidding. We'll do it on a different night than Thursday, so we'll have it as a bonus bounce. But Nate, I'm here, dude. We'll go to the asylum together, brother. I will hop in to this trade machine. I just need to be able to see him. Once we have 4 teams and 12 athletes trading, I need to be able to see it before I can be like, wait, what? How many names? Especially once you throw a Bogdanovich in there, I'm like, wait, which team is the Pistons?
Hold on, I thought you said the Hawks or the Pistons. Like,
what are we even doing? But no, that was a lot of fun. We thank you, Nate. Where can the folks at home find you when you're not here hanging out with us?
You can find me on the sidelines of crappy Horizon League basketball games.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you go to Nate, you go to IUPUI games?
I've been to a couple, yeah.
Nice. That's awesome. I missed the jungle.
Well, they're supposed to be building arena. I forget. It's not on campus, but it's really close. So they don't have to trek out into the cavernous Fairgrounds Coliseum anymore.
Fairgrounds, yeah. Mm-hmm.
They're building a new stadium for the team that has 6 players. They're building a new arena for that.
Yep.
Goddamn.
Orlando, Toronto, San Antonio, and Denver.
Oh, hang on.
God.
We're gonna cook
I
it
wouldn't
up,
even know where to start.
Dude, that would be
Here. Wimby is involved and the Joker's involved. Now, Siakam, that's a wild card.
Nate accidentally found a Twitter that was NBA 2K mock trades. It wasn't it's like, holy shit, how do you dial these up? Well, definitely keep a lookout. Another place where you can at least see Nate's influence on this brand will be all over forgive me for this technical term, a shit ton of racing car. We're on cars this year. We're on 2 trucks this year. So more to come there. But when you see those awesome looking bite-sized sports paint jobs, they are put together by our dear friend David Westergang. Gets those from some folks that he knows. But Nate was our big connection there. So if you enjoy any of that iRacing content, you've got him to thank. And I believe someday there will be a racing podcast, maybe even some racing articles coming from Nate Dogg. And what's Jeff here say about IUPUI?
His current head coach has like 4 wins in the last 4 years. One of them is against Texas Commerce last year, who Jeff now works for. Horizon League is on top, baby.
Oh, I feel for that.
Horizon
I was a manager for the Toledo Rockets in the 2 seasons where they won a combined 6 games. It was very, very difficult to come in and work for free for those 2 years. But God damn it, I love the game. James, where can the folks at home find you when you aren't hanging out with us?
You can find me on Twitter right there. It's a lot of bitching and moaning and complaining about what the Tennessee Titans are doing right now. Wednesdays, you can catch me and you talking Star Wars on Han Shot First, 9 p.m. every Wednesday. Kev, we got a massive comment on one of our recent ones I just saw before the show. It's 3 paragraphs long, so we got some responding to do. Just a heads up.
That doesn't sound
good. Good. No, it's good. It's good. It's a good one. It's a good one.
I was like, what did I miss?
We haven't made it yet. Nobody's crucified us yet, so we haven't made it. Outside of getting made fun of for not reading the Dune books correctly because I'm an idiot. You'll catch me sometime complaining about Tennessee on here on Bite Size Sports, but I need to calm down before I get to that meltdown mode. But yeah, see me around. Me and Kev are always together doing something stupid.
That is right. And when you don't see me hanging out with James online, you'll see me with my other bald friend, Danny, on the Clout Route Tuesdays and Sundays between 6 and 8-ish Eastern time. We like talking about scammers, grifters, people who do weird stuff for fame on the internet. I also hang out every Monday night with my dear friends over at Carnage Media for Carnage Unleashed, where we talk about everything in the world of combat sports. For those of you who don't know, I moonlight as a play-by-play commentator. I call MMA, boxing, Moon Knight. Yeah. And also this year we'll be doing soccer. So I'm very happy to be doing commentary, play-by-play for the Ohio Extreme of Major League Indoor Soccer this year. First home game coming up in just a couple of weekends. So follow me on Twitter if you want to keep up with all of that, because that was only like half of it. Honestly, I don't want to just list it. It gets bad. But bitesizesports.com. You know, that's a big thing. That's pretty cool. We have our own website now. Go check it out.
600 viewers, by the way. 600 subscribers. We haven't mentioned it yet.
That is right. We are in the 600.
600s, and then it took off to like 607 almost instantly. So
Gotta love a little cushion. Gotta love a little buffer because every once in a while, someone joins because they like a joke we made, and then a week later we make fun of something they like, and they're like, "Oh yeah, I'm out of
that's
here.
usually how it
Sorry,
happens. Nobody
don't
really
worry, we
likes
get
us.
to everybody."
Yeah. Jeff says, Nate, let's talk F1, brother. Fuck Verstappen. I don't know what that means. Is that a real word?
Max Verstappen's a 3-time defending Formula One champion. You know
shit,
what?
Jeff.
Yeah.
Jeff's coming down. We'll get there someday. We're going to get to the moon someday.
Was there a good Verstappen take you had there, Nate?
I mean, I'm not a Verstappen fan, so
you can join Jeff. Jeff says, fuck that guy.
Well, there we go. Fuck Kyle Busch. That's one thing I know.
I don't know racing, boys. I know they go fast.
I mean,
I do know if you're not first, you're last.
You know what, James? Just look up All Gas No Brakes Talladega, then Channel 5 Talladega, and you'll have a really good fucking time.
And you'll know everything you need to know about racing.
And what was the second one?
Channel 5. It'll be the
On
same
YouTube.
guy.
5.
He had on YouTube. Yeah, same guy. He had to do a rebrand, much like us when we had to no longer be Smoke Break Sports because it wasn't appropriate for all ages.
Very, very
Internet told me that a lot. So, now we're here. Bite Size Sports. We thank you guys so much. We're in the tail end of it now. We're spinning out of control, but that's what we love about live streaming. We love hanging out with you guys. So bear with us. We thank you so much. If you've been here all the way until the end, fuck Red Bull Racing, cheating bastards. Well, hey, also fuck Red Bull because we've got our own little energy drink sponsor who we will bid you a farewell with. That's code Bite Size Sports. We will see you next week. Enjoy a word from our friends at Dubby. We love you.
Sports.
Are you looking for an energy boost without the jitters? Let our friends at Dubby Energy help you with their fantastic selection of flavors. Just visit www.dubby.gg and use the code BITESIZESPORTS at checkout for 10% off your order total. Again, that is www.dubby.gg. Code Bite Size Sports.